Hey, welcome into another episode of The Grinds with your host, Todd Fox. This is just me coming to you live because Matt is recovering from the car accident. Hopefully he'll be in next week. But before we do that, please like and subscribe to this page. Tell a friend. This is the NFL football recap of Week 5 and prediction show on Week 6. Let's just get to it, shall we? Before I do, though, real quick, I'm 2-1-1 against Matt this week, and I'm going to pull up a win because I go 12-2 predicting games from last week, and he goes 8-6. So I'm 3-1-1 currently if you're keeping score at home. I hope you're not, because then you have too much time on your hands. Let's move on here to the prediction show. The first game we have, or the recap, the first game is the Buccaneers at the Chicago Bears. Brady versus Foles, once again on a repeat of the Super Bowl. And there was some good play in this game and some not so good play, but we'll get to some of the highlights. First pass is a potential touchdown that's an actual incomplete, and then we'll go from there when the Tampa Bay actually scores.
Working against Fuller up at the top. Brady over the middle, pass is caught, and now they say incomplete. The ball must have touched the ground. The catch is good, but that's not what Arians was looking for. Here is Evans, and they get the touchdown anyway, and a flag is thrown.
At that point, it's 10-0 Tampa Bay in the first quarter. They would go on to put up a 13-0 lead at this point in the second quarter. This is where Chicago makes their move, their aggressive push. 13-0, Chicago puts together a nice little drive to get back into it.
The Bears get one.
Blitz. Somehow Foles gets it to Montgomery. Biggest play of the half for Chicago.
They got to get some movement up front.
Foles keeps, throws, has Robinson for a first down. Made a pretty good case for himself. Foles is notoriously streaky. Looks like he's getting hot. Floats one, Patterson hit in stride. Down inside the 5. Here's Montgomery, cuts up field, touchdown. Out.
All right, so right away, this is 13-7. They get a touchdown to get back in the game. Nick Foles is playing much better, especially here in prime time. They need this touchdown to get things going. Look, in my opinion, the Buccaneers offense under Bruce Arians is not the same, obviously, as Bill Belichick. That's not like groundbreaking news or nothing. But the fact is, if you have a system quarterback like Brady was, which he is, and that's the unpopular opinion, but he just is. That's why he's going to have moments where he throws picks and he's not on cue with things, is because he was running things for so long with the Patriots and they had a way of doing things. The Buccaneers are completely different, and when they ran up against a good defense, he had to show what he had, and, he didn't have exactly what he needed in this game, and here's what Troy Aikman tells you to do, and, Foles did it, and this is what the result is.
They like Jimmy Graham down here in the red zone.
Foles, end zone, what a catch! Graham, touchdown!
So we're going to fast forward now as Tampa put 2 more field goals, and the Bears matched them with 1, and they're trailing currently at this point with 1:42 left to go in the fourth quarter. That's where these highlights pick up. It's 19-17 Bucks, but the Bears got the ball and they're driving. I'll play you a couple highlights of their passing.
Just got it away. This is flipped for Montgomery. Perfect throw by Foles.
That got him in field goal range. This stopped the drive.
Foles throws, pass caught short of the first down.
Chicago's kicking
Bucks
sucks,
used their
so
last time out. Robinson to the 20.
every Bears fan was holding their breath while Santos kicked.
Santos got it.
And they were still holding their breath because Tom Brady had the ball with no timeouts left in 1:13 to get 45 yards. More than capable of doing it, but let's see what happens.
Pass is caught. That's Evans. And he's able to get out of bounds to stop the clock on the line.
This is second and 10.
Brady underneath hits the rookie, and Vaughn brought down by Smith.
Now it's third down.
3rd down and 5. Pass is off the hands of Gronkowski, who can't make a spinning catch, and now it's 4th down. Bucs playing without Godwin, without Watson. 4th down and 5. Brady, pass is broken up, incomplete, and the Chicago Bears are going to take over.
So what happened there, I let it play out because Tom Brady actually thought there was a 5th down. He wasn't on 3rd down and 2nd down. He also went for passes to try to get to the field goal range. He wasn't trying to get the 1st down. He figured he had 3 downs left. He only had 2. So at the end of the game, the famous meme that was from Thursday was him holding up 4 fingers thinking it was 4th down only, but it was really already 4th down, and they changed possession. So let's go to the stats for this game. The final being the Chicago Bears 20, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 19. The Bears go to 4-1 on the season, while Tampa falls to 3-2. Tom Brady's 25 of 41 for 253 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Ronald Jones Jr. 17 carries, 106 yards, no touchdowns. Tyler Johnson led the way for the Buccaneers with 4 catches, 61 yards. Mike Evans had 5 catches, 41 yards, and that touchdown we showed. Nick Foles 30 of 42, 243, a touchdown and a pick. He was sacked 3 times. David Montgomery continues the Chicago Bears rushing attack, which is futile at best at 10 carries and 29 yards. They should have never gotten rid of O.J. Howard. And then let's see, you have Allen Robinson and a solid 10 for 90 on receiving. Jimmy Graham 3 for 33 and the 1 touchdown. So let's go to our next game, which I believe, if I've got it right, is going to be the Houston Texans hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. And as I get into the stats in this one was a close game for the first half, but Gardner Minshew made a couple of bad errors, and they went for it on 4th downs, trying to stay in the game too late. And also they had a couple turnovers, but he didn't turn the ball over. I mean, they just turned the ball over on downs, I meant to say. Sorry about that. Jacksonville falls to 1-4 as Houston's interim coach picks up the win, 1-4, as Bill O'Brien is fired as he's general manager and coach, and that never works out in my opinion. Last one to do it, I think, was McCarthy, and McCarthy lost one, and then he lost his job with Green Bay. It's hard to play for someone and listen to them as far as running plays, and you sign his checks. It's kind of like you need the GM coach mode. But anyway, so the stats on this one: Gardner Minshew, 31 of 49, 301 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He was sacked 3 times. James Robinson rushed for a pedestrian 48 yards on 13 carries. I'm not even going to pronounce that guy. Chenault Jr. had 7 catches, 7 receptions for 79 yards. Colin Johnson had a touchdown. So did Keenan Cole Sr. with a touchdown. And for the winners, we go to Deshaun Watson, 25 of 35, 359, 3 touchdowns, but 2 picks that kept Jacksonville in the game. David Johnson had 17 carries for 96 yards, no touchdowns. Brandon Cooks, again, another solid week, 8 catches, 161 yards, and a touchdown. Will Fuller, 4 catches, 58 yards, no touchdowns. So we will move on to the next game. Again, the final in this one, the Houston Texans come away with a victory, and it's the 4th straight loss for your Jacksonville Jaguars. As we move on to our next game, this one, it was a bit closer than the score shows. It was 27-3. Baltimore beats Cincinnati. The Natty now is 1-3-1, and Baltimore improves to 4-1, 2-1 at home. Cincinnati was shut out to the 4th quarter, but there was also a defensive touchdown given up. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens really didn't light up the scoreboard. They just had shorter fields to play with. Turnovers and mistakes. Joe Burrow went 19 of 30, 183 yards with a pick. He was sacked 7 times. They're punting a lot. Joe Mixon, 24 carries, 59 yards, no touchdowns, obviously. Higgins, 4 receptions, 62 yards. It's a learning experience. I mean, the Bengals are going to be like this all year. It's not going to be something where they're going to blow you out of the water. Lamar Jackson, 19 of 37, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. And by the way, if you're waiting for more highlights, we just selected 5 to 6 games for a highlight reel. We're not going to do all of them because then that just take forever. We did that in week 1 and 2, and I think it just took way too long. Mark Ingram, only 11 carries, 57 yards. Very shocked that Lamar Jackson only had 2 carries for 3 yards. Usually he likes to ball hog and rush for like 16 times during a game. Marquise Brown, 6 catches, 77 yards receiving for Baltimore. So once again, Baltimore wins 27-3. Rather easy victory for them at home, and they improved to 4-1. That will move us to our next football game, and that would be the Atlanta Falcons hosting the Carolina Panthers. And for this one, before this game started, the Carolina Panthers have won 2 games without McCaffrey. And you know they're not doing it because of that. They're just doing it because they've simplified things and they've gotten some easier opponents. Couple that with the fact that now they're playing the Falcons. They were going for 3 in a row, and they got it. They won 23-16. They're 3-2 at home, or 3-2 overall. And the Atlanta Falcons go to 0-5. And about time they fired Dan Quinn. He saved the job because his players wanted him last year so bad to keep his job. But this year, Atlanta's come out flatter than a pancake. And then just the offense has the weapons, but the defense is just not there. And lo and behold, what do? They let the defensive coordinator, who has the worst defense in the NFL, take over the reins of the whole team. So don't look for Atlanta to be winning anytime soon. Teddy Bridgewater, 27-36, 313 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. I'm so happy he's playing. He's really turned his career around after all the injuries in the beginning with Minnesota. Mike Davis, another one of these players that's come back out of nowhere. He's 16 carries, 89 yards. He's holding down the fort for McCaffrey. Robbie Anderson, a solid day for the Panthers, 8 catches, 112 yards. DJ Moore, 4 for 93, another good game. I mean, I'm telling you, Carolina didn't play lights out, but they got the job done. Matt Ryan, what can you say? He's getting up there in age. I think he had his shot against New England to win a Super Bowl in his career, and that's it. He's going to be, in my mind, if he loses his job in Atlanta, they part ways with him, he's going to be a backup. I don't see him starting anywhere else unless a team is super desperate. There's too much talent coming up now to put like a 35 and older quarterback out there, especially one with his reputation. 21-30, he's like a Phillip Rivers in my mind. Stat patter. 21-37, 226, no touchdowns and a pick. He was sacked 2 times. His interception was crucial, though, in this game when he was trying to hit Russell Cage for the tying score, and he threw it right to the defender. Todd Gurley had his best game by far for the Atlanta Falcons, 14 carries, 121 yards. And again, in the beginning of the season, I told you this, Todd Gurley is no longer your kind of guy that would get these kind of yards or that many carries. Now he got yards on this game because I figure he's not more than about a 60 to 70 yard game running back, but his carries, again, only 14 carries because A, they were losing, and B, his knees suck. So he doesn't have the durability he once had. Calvin Ridley had 8 catches for 136 yards, no touchdowns. Gurley had 4 for 29. Russell Cage had the one, just a couple of receptions, so he was held out of it. My wife lost her fantasy game because he did not have a big game, so she was bent on that, and that's why I brought that up. Moving on, the next game is going to be with highlights. This one will be the Raiders and the Chiefs, and this one is a pretty good game. And look, going into this game, the Raiders hadn't beat the Chiefs in years in Kansas City. And, a lot of teams can boast for that as well because that usually happens with a good team like Kansas City. But for a division team not to win that many times or go that long without winning in a certain city, that says something. So Kansas City usually has their number. But Derek Carr was on a mission. After the Raiders losing 2 straight, they come into Arrowhead trying to get the break the losing streak, basically, and break the undefeated streak of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Around football. 3 minutes to play in the first. The rifle to Kelsey. Catch and run by Kelsey. And he's inside the 5.
All right, so this is a catch by Kelsey from the 35-yard line from Mahomes. This is late in the first quarter. It's 3-0 Vegas. The next play, Mahomes takes it himself.
Fake the trickery. Can Mahomes get the angle? Yes, he can! Patrick Mahomes taking it in for the touchdown. Last week.
All right, so the Chiefs are up 7-3. Then fast forward to the second quarter, 14:37 left to go. It's the fastest guy in the field, Tyreek Hill, on the reverse, making it 14-3, and it looks like a ho-hum regular season game against the Raiders at home for the Chiefs.
26-10 win. Hardman motion man. Flip the other way, Tyreek Hill. Hill busting through for the touchdown. He's at a different level.
All right, so here's the Raiders right here. They respond with a run right here.
The last possession, he stays in there, and Booker is running with authority. Breaks tackles. Devontae Booker busting it to the outside.
It's really, really nice advantage to have if you're the Raiders. If you have Josh Jacobs, and then you could just switch it up with Booker. And Devontae Booker ripped off a 43-yard run to get the Raiders in business. Down at this point, 21-10 with 8:55 left to go in the second quarter. Down 11, the Chiefs were in good position, but that run got the Raiders going.
The chase down by Thornhill. A more traditional now is in goal, the fullback. Carr, a step downfield, connects with the fullback. So Ruggs in motion, fake it, Carr whips it, end zone, touchdown. A hot pass handled by Darren Waller.
So they hit the fullback for like 20 yards to get inside the red zone. Then Waller in the end zone as well from David Carr. It's a 4-point game. Dude, I'm telling you, Waller is going to be a great tight end this year. I mean, he's already off to a great start, but I mean, he's moving up the ranks as far as being dependable. So, you know, I know he had a bad fumble a week ago or when they played Buffalo, but not in this game. He was solid again, and then look what happens here when the Raiders decide to go deep down 4 with 2:53 left to go in the half.
Oriented, a perfectionist, competitive bunch of guys. There was no Super Bowl hangover because the offseason was so unusual. Carr airs it out. Separation! Hauled in! Henry runs! The speed! Touchdown! Carr with another... And the Chiefs convert.
All right, so right here, we're going to fast forward. So at that point, it was 24-24 at half. The Chiefs came down, got a field goal to stop the bleeding a little bit. So amazingly, we're in the fourth quarter with 5:43 left to go. The Chiefs are still stuck on 24. The Raiders' defense figured something out, and they were playing the Chiefs a lot smarter. And then the Raiders got a touchdown, missed the extra point, then kicked the field goal off another drive to go up 9. Chiefs in desperation mode, but with plenty of time left, and you got a quarterback like Mahomes, what can go wrong, right? Well,
Mahomes drifting downfield, intercepted. His first of the season. Jeff Heath comes away with it, and Heath could go. Tripped up by Mahomes inside the 5.
and that was it. The Raiders scored on that the very next play to make it 40-24. The Chiefs came down with a garbage touchdown and a 2-point conversion, but in the end, that's all she wrote. The Chiefs lose for the first time in a while at home. They fall to 4-1. The Raiders break the 2-game losing streak and go to 3-2. For the Raiders, excuse me, Derek Carr goes 22 of 31, 347 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. That was very solid. Josh Jacobs, 23 carries, 77 yards. Devontae Booker, 7 carries, 62 yards. That long for 43. Jacobs had 2 touchdowns rushing. Henry Ruggs had the long 72-yarder for the touchdown. He also had 2 catches for 118 yards. Nelson Aguilar, 2 for 67 and a touchdown. And Darren Waller, 5 for 48, Mr. Dependable. For the Chiefs, Mahomes, 22 of 43, 340 through the air, 2 touchdowns and a pick, but he was sacked 3 times. It's a little weird for him. Hilaire actually came down to earth this week, 10 carries for 40 yards, and I think that was the key. Now, breaking news out tonight that Le'Veon Bell is visiting the Chiefs, so we'll see how that goes. If Bell goes there and he can actually, if he doesn't have CTE like his boy Brown, that may be something. Travis Kelce just continues to show you why he's the best tight end in football. 8 catches, 108 yards. Tyreek Hill, 3 for 78. And Miracle Hardman, 2 for 50. Again, Chiefs win, or Chiefs lose 40-32 to the Raiders. I like saying that. If you know Bob Papa, that's how he says it. Then you have the stinker. So you go from a good game like that was a shootout back and forth. You go to the Cardinals at the New York Jets. This game was in question for all of about a quarter. Arizona only led to 7-0 after the first quarter. After that, it was 17-0, and then they get kicked the field goal. I mean, Joe Flacco, come on, dude, out of the league. There's other quarterbacks that can throw the football. Really, dude? I mean, Arizona wins to break their 2-game losing streak. They're now 3-2. Jets fall to 0-5. Big surprise. I mean, Adam Gase is terrible. They just released Le'Veon Bell. That team's in a flux, dude. I mean, you got Joe Flacco and Frank Gore not in 2007 or 8. You have them in 2020 still as starters. So that's bad. Kyler Murray went 27 of 37, 380 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Kenyon Drake, 18 for 69 and a touchdown. Chase Edmonds had a rushing touchdown, and so did Kyler Murray. Big surprise, that dude just rushes too much. I'm telling you, I don't like quarterbacks like him that just take it too much. You just don't have to run it that much, man, or go out of bounds. He takes many hits. DeAndre Hopkins, 6 catches, 131 yards. Think Texans are regretting that? And a touchdown. In this one, Christian Kirk, 5 for 78. Let's go over to the Jets. They're awesome stats. Joe Flacco, 18 of 33, 195 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks, sacked twice. Le'Veon Bell in his final game as a Jet, 13 carries, 60 yards, no touchdowns. Frank Gore, 9 carries, 30 yards. The only guy worth a damn on the Jets is Jamison Crowder, 8 catches, 116 yards. Now, look, the Jets, we all know we had like 3 or 4 players. I'm just saying the Jets in general. I'm not a Jets fan. Please, God, I'm so happy I'm not a Jets fan. Anyway, there was like 4 defenders that left on, what's it called, COVID. So their defense has been hit, but their defense hasn't been their weakness. It's been their damn offense. Their offense sucks. But final score, 30-10, Cardinals over Jets. To the next game we go, and that would be the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, if you would have told me the Pittsburgh Steelers would be 4-0 at this point, I would have laughed at you. I didn't think they had it in them. I think the alleged rapist would have blown a game or 2 here at this point. I didn't think, but if you've been watching any of these Steeler games, he's throwing the ball very quick and very short. And it's just eating up the time. The Steelers are playing like they always do. Their regular defense comes first, but they grind it out on offense. And they run the ball, and then they just, real pitch and catch type offense down the field, and then they'll surprise you with a deep one every now and then. In this game, you have one guy go off and one guy only. The final score was Pittsburgh 38, Philadelphia 29. Philadelphia falls to 1-3-1. Pittsburgh 4-0. Carson Wentz's stats were 20 of 35, 258, 2 touchdowns, 2 big interceptions, 5 sacks again. He holds the ball way too much. Miles Sanders, 11 carries, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Travis Friedman for the, what is it called? Eagles, 10 catches, 152 yards and a touchdown. Greg Ward had a touchdown, but that was about it. Let's move over to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger, 27 of 34, 239, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He's playing like 10 years ago. Ray McLeod, 2 catches, 63 yards. Two carries, 63 yards. Sorry, he had a big run. James Conner had 15 carries, 44 yards. Receiving, it was Chase Claypool. And yes, Chase Claypool. If you had him on your fantasy, I mean, why would you? But he had 7 receptions in this game, 110 yards and 3 touchdowns. He actually rushed for 1 as well. Claypool had 3 rushes, 6 yards, and a touchdown. So he had 4 total touchdowns. It was a Chase Claypool day. They couldn't stop him. He was matched up on a linebacker, and that's what they got. 38-29, your final from Pittsburgh. Moving on to the next game, we have another game we're not going to show you highlights of because it's probably not worth it. The only highlight I would have showed, if I was going to show any, was the highlight of Mr. Alex Smith returning to football. If you ever get a chance to, and I'm just giving you, if you have the stomach for it, I would suggest go on Google and images and look up Alex Smith's injury and the surgery, because they literally shredded his skin in several spots to the bone. And to see what it looks like now, how it's grown back, it looks terrible, his leg. I mean, I was shocked that this dude not only can put a uniform on, can walk, he can run, and he's cleared to play the NFL. So the fact that he got out on the field is more of a testament to his willpower to want to make it back, and to the doctors for helping him restore his leg. He should have had his leg amputated. Anyone else, his leg is amputated. They saved his life and his leg. So, I mean, those doctors, hats off to them. But the second play that he came in for Campbell, who started the game for Washington, because Washington's a dumpster fire right now, he got sacked by Aaron Donald. And I was scared that leg would bend again. But let's get to the final. Rams win, and they go to 4-1. They win 30-10 over Washington, who falls to 1-4. Now, I'm a Seahawks fan, and I will tell you straight up, this is fool's gold, that 4-1. Because they have only played the NFC East and Buffalo. They swept the NFC East, meaning they beat the Giants, they beat the Redskins, they beat the Cowboys, they beat the Eagles. What do all those teams have in common? They're not very good. And the only team that they lost to was the Buffalo Bills. And the Buffalo Bills, if they hadn't turned the ball on themselves, they would have won that game going away. They had a huge lead against the Rams and almost blew the game. Actually, they did blow the lead and they had to come back and win. So, with that being said, I had to throw some shade on the Rams. Jared Goff goes 21 of 30, 309 yards, 2 touchdowns at a pick. He was only sacked once. Cam Akers, 9 carries, 61 yards, no touchdowns. Darrell Henderson Jr., 15 carries, 38 yards and a touchdown. Receiving for the Rams, Gerald Everett continues to shine. 4 catches, 90 yards, no touchdowns. Robert Woods, 4 for 71 and a touchdown. Cooper Kupp, 5 for 66. Yeah, he's not worth the money. Let's see. So the Washington passing. Now, they're a dumpster fire for several reasons. Haskins was a terrible draft pick of theirs. Look, like what UCLA quarterback not named Troy Aikman ever makes the NFL as a good quarterback? What Ohio State quarterback ever makes the NFL as a good quarterback? There are none outside of Troy Aikman out of UCLA, but out of Ohio State, I can't name you an Ohio State quarterback that actually went on to do something recently. So why draft him? You know, so Kyle Allen, Haskins lost a job, was not even dressed for this game. Kyle Allen got to start, went 9 of 13, 74 yards before he was knocked out literally on a helmet-to-helmet hit. Alex Smith tried to clean up 9 for 17, 37 yards. The fact that he was out there was great, but he was sacked 6 times. So that just tells you the offense wasn't going nowhere. The Rams knew what was coming. They pinned their ears back, and they went after him. And then, you know, granted they should. And then plus it was raining. It was a terrible day to throw the football. Antonio Gibson, 11 carries and 27 yards. That's amazing. J.D. McKissick, a cast-off by the Seattle Seahawks as like a 4th running back, was their leading receiver, 6 catches, 46 yards. And he actually rushed for 1 time for 3 yards. Just an ugly game, and the fact that it was only 20-point win is a testament to the Redskins' defense. They should have lost this game by a lot more. But that's just my opinion. But the final 30-10, Rams go to 4-1 despite, you got to play who's on your schedule, I guess. This one was about a shocker here. No highlights in this one as well. This one is the 49ers playing the Miami Dolphins, hosting the Miami Dolphins at Jordache Stadium, or whatever they call it over there in Frisco. This is a 43-17 blowout. Ryan Fitzpatrick, look, the Seahawks played them the week before and played a tough game in Miami, but this was not a tough game for the Miami Dolphins by no stretch of the imagination. Miami wins this one going away very easily. They jumped on them 27-7 before half. Garoppolo was benched in this game. Fitzpatrick had the Fitz magic. He went 22 of 28, 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Myles Gaskin, 16 carries for 57 yards. Preston Williams had 4 rushes for 106 yards and a touchdown. And then Gillespie had 5 for 91. He's an up-and-coming tight end as well. For the 49ers, C.J. Beathard, went 9 of 18, 94 yards, a touchdown, no pick. He was sacked twice. Garoppolo's amazing numbers, by the way. 7 of 17, 77 yards, no touchdowns, 2 crappy interceptions, sacked 3 times. Raheem Mostert, 11 carries, 90 yards, no touchdowns. This was just an abomination. Like I said, Niners fall to 2-3. They are 0-3 at home. Their only wins are against the winless Giants and winless Jets. Hooray, hooray. Can you say Super Bowl hangover? I was saying that in the prediction show from the get-go. Miami goes to 2-3 with a big road win. Let's go to the next one. It is going to be the Giants and Cowboys, and this is where we're going to have some stats, or some, what do you call it? Not some stats. We're going to have some highlights in this one. Let me just pull this up real quick here. The Giants and Cowboys. This was, unfortunately, the last time we are going to see our Mr. Prescott for some time. So enjoy the certain highlights I do have of Prescott in here. This is the Giants scoring a touchdown to go up 7-3.
Great move to escape the loss, and it's a touchdown for Ingram.
On the reverse. Giants shocked them early. They were up 17-3, by the way, but this is a 7-3.
Ingram coming around. Another completion. This one goes to Blake Bell, the backup tight end.
But I think what you're finding on offense is they're trailing as much as the Giants are all season. Like 75% of the game, the Cowboys
are intercepted. Bouncing off the hands, and Fackrell has it. Gets a block, and Fackrell trying to find his way home, and he does. What a return by Kyler Fackrell. Off the fingertips of...
So it's 17-3 at that point. The Giants, or the Cowboys, get the ball back, score a touchdown with Ezekiel Elliott to make it 17-10, and then the Cowboys turn up the heat on Daniel Jones as he fumbles here. It's returned for a touchdown to tie it right before half.
throws it too high. Now Daniel Jones. You see Daniel doesn't feel the pressure. It's Marcus Lawrence who gets his first sack of the year, Jim. And that is a corner blitz.
So we fast forward now. It's 20 to 17 right here. Whoops, that was an advertisement. It's 20 to 17 right here. Giants are still in the lead. Second quarter. Cowboys got the ball, trying to get downfield.
If they failed to pick up any yardage here and they decided to go field goal. 3rd and 4. Oh, what a catch! And yes, they're going to...
Now, if you didn't see that, that was CeeDee Lamb going over the middle. He takes helmet-to-helmet contact, gets right up, and yells at the Giants defender. 15-yard penalty on the Giants for the hit to the, what is it called? Unnecessary roughness defensive receiver. That's what it's called. So that gets them in the red zone, and that's, they're killing themselves because they were just trying to hold them to a field goal. Now they're going to give up a touchdown.
Back on yardage.
What a catch. Outstanding.
Personal foul. Defense, number 34.
Nice drop. I just tested it. Oh, look at the Cowboys, a little trickery. Wilson's going back to Prescott. And it works! What a play for the touchdown!
Jim, it's the Philly special.
Yes,
It really is. It's a form of the Philly special. You saw the Eagles run in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. Hand the ball off, throw the reverse. The only difference was Nick Foles didn't take the snap.
Now, this is the last play. That was the last play I'm going to show you that Dak is just in one piece, basically. That was the Philly special, what the Phillies ran the Super Bowl, like, Romo was trying to explain, where they hand off to the running back flips it to the receiver. As that's all happening, the quarterback is sneaking out to the flat and is wide open. Well, that's what Prescott did. He ran out to the right side, beat the linebacker to the corner end zone. The throw was perfect, and all of a sudden it's a 24-20 game. At this point now in the third quarter, the last play that we're going to see Dak Prescott for about a year is the fact that the Cowboys were driving inside the Giants' territory. He tries to scramble for a first down, and this happens.
Prescott breaks the tackle. Picks up a total of 9 more.
And if you heard that, he was like, "Oh no, oh no!" Romo was saying that because as they zoomed into Prescott pointing to his leg was pointing the opposite way. He completely broke his ankle. The bone popped through the skin. He was in unbelievable pain at that point and shock at the same time because his first reaction was to set it back. He hit it off the turf to try to straighten his leg out, and so that was complete shock. So then the redhead comes in, former Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Andy Dalton. I'm not a fan of redheaded quarterbacks, but that's just me. But he makes a hell of a throw right here, 34-34 with 31 seconds left to go, and Gallup makes a great catch.
Get ball out quick, and you see the safeties there? They're going to pick up the guy they double. They want one of these guys is going to come down.
Going deep for Gallup. Oh, and he holds it in! Could be what turns out as the game-winning catch to set up a field goal. That right foot was in the line for a second Cowboy victory. Oh, it's good! Barely.
You did not think that was going in again, did you? You thought that was fading outside.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going in either. That one, Zuerlein snuck it in. So after that great catch, it was reviewed both feet in. Zuerlein will hit it right down the right side, like within a foot of the crossbar. He probably would have missed it or banked it in anyway. But Dallas wins on a sneaker, 37-34. Both wins coming this year off the foot of Zuerlein against the Atlanta Falcons and now the New York Giants, both whom are now 0-5. Giants fall to 0-5. Dallas is 2-3. It just seems like if they get 2 more wins, they could close out that division. It's pretty pathetic. Let's go over the stats. Daniel Jones. Here's an interesting stat about Daniel Jones. He's played 16 professional NFL games. He's fumbled now 18 times. 20 of 33, 222 yards, no touchdowns and a pick. He was no touchdowns, no picks, 2 sacks for 11 yards. Devontae Freeman, 17 carries, 60 yards. He rushed a little good in this one. Darius Slayton, 8 receptions for 129 yards. Golden Tate, 4 for 42, former Seahawk. Prescott's final game of the year, 14-21, 166 yards and a pick. He was probably going to throw for about 250, 260 in this game. maybe even 300 to get the win. Dalton came off the bench, 9 of 11, 111 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, but he made the right throw. Ezekiel Elliott, 19 carries, 91 yards. You had CeeDee Lamb, 8 for 124. Michael Gallup, 4 for 73, but none was bigger than that one catch. As the Giants and Jets, as far as Week 5, are both 0-5. Isn't that spectacular, New York fans? Good grief. Let's move on to the next game. This one does have highlights as well. This is the Browns and the Colts.
Situations. They're going to go for it. Little misdirection. Wide open is Taylor, and he will stroll in for the Colts touchdown.
At this point in the game, it's 7-3 Colts. They're taking the lead in Cleveland. This is 2-3-1 teams that are very good, very underrated. Both have, the Colts better defense, but a little bit better offense is on the Cleveland side. Colts can put up some numbers too, though. They jumped on them 7-3 until Cleveland woke up.
Football right now is not the recipe against the Colts.
14th play of the drive. Mayfield goes to his reads. Here they come. Mayfield playing tight to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. It's Hunt.
Kareem Hunt with a touchdown in the back of the end zone. If it's me, some of these highlights, if you're able to watch, because it's going to be on podcast form too, not just on YouTube and stuff and on other pages, but the fact that Kareem Hunt makes a touchdown catch here and the fact that Cleveland is, Mayfield's like spreading the ball around. He's throwing the ball. He's not got the happy feet going. He's smart. He's setting his feet before he throws. He looks miles ahead of last year. That's just my opinion, but Cleveland looks dangerous.
First and 10. Play action for Mayfield. Off the seam, and it is caught. An impossible catch by Beckham. Rolling on the field is a catch.
And that was a catch, by the way.
Concentration was his arm under the football.
So here's Cleveland driving after that great catch by Beckham.
That's Njoku in motion. 3rd and short. Baker feels the heat. Gonna run for it. First down, Cleveland. Everyone covered down the field. So
he's just smarter this year.
Inside. Mayfield does just back to the end zone. Wide open is Higgins. And the Browns retake the lead.
The Browns have a hell of a receiving core. I'll just say that right now. I mean, really good. As long as they can keep Beckham happy, they don't have to threaten to trade him or nothing like that. He's going to be amazing. Now, look at this right here. So Cleveland adds on a field goal. It's 20-10. We're now in the third quarter. 12:27 left to go. And this is Phillip Rivers, the most Phillip Rivers pass you can throw. You know his little lame ducks, his little sidearm crap. Just like this is what he did in San Diego for years. And my wife's a Charger fan, so I got to see so many of these Charger games. And it's the fact that, he throws these lame duck passes, and it just seems like, what are you doing? Like, you've been in the league long enough not to throw these passes, and the defender's clearly there right next, holding hands with a damn receiver when he throws this pass. And he gets what he deserves.
Rivers steps up and throws. It's picked, intercepted, and this is going to be a pick six for Harrison.
That's just too easy. Now would just seem the end of the game. Colts try to make it a game later on, but there was a safety too that Cleveland got on Phillip Rivers in the end zone, and then they just ran out the clock, 32-23. And again, it's just like, I don't understand. Look, Brissett did his job last year with the Colts. I would have gave it back to Brissett, but they thought that Phillip Rivers would put him over the top. Now, granted, the Colts don't have a bad record by any stretch of the imagination, but you lose a game like that where it's turnover based, it kind of sucks. Let's look at Phillip Rivers' numbers. 21 of 33, 243, no touchdowns, and again, there you go again. 2 picks, one of them returned for a touchdown. You're just giving points away. Jonathan Taylor, 12 for 57 on the ground for the Colts and 1 touchdown, the one we played. T.Y. Hilton, 6 for 69 yards, no touchdowns in this game for Cleveland. Baker Mayfield, 21 of 37, 247, 2 touchdowns. He did throw 2 careless interceptions, so that kept the Colts in the game. Kareem Hunt, without our boy, Chubb, rushed for 20 carries, 72 yards. Dearness Johnson, 8 for 32. He spread the ball around pretty good in this game. Javaris Landry, 4 for 88. Odell had 5 for 58. Austin Hooper, 5 for 57. He's a great tight end. Rashard Higgins, 3 for 31 in that touchdown. And so did Kareem Hunt, had 3 for 21 as well, or for a touchdown. Higgins had 3 for 31, 3 for 21 Hunt. So the Colts fall to 3-2. Cleveland goes to 4-1, setting up a big matchup with Pittsburgh, which we will get into that game when the time comes here, when we get into our prediction status for the week. The next game is also going to be highlights. It's going to be my Seahawks hosting the Minnesota Vikings. And this game turned out to be, in my prediction show, I also do a Seahawks show squarely. And I was wrong. I thought they were going to shut down the run, and I thought that they were going to dictate the game, and I thought Seattle was just going to pour it on them in the second half. I was wrong about all three. With the exception of the third quarter, they lost the entire game. So they ran all over us. So let's get to the highlights before I spoil too much more.
Yeah, it's a spark you hate to see, but
yeah, we're going to fast forward right here. It's 13-0. Basically, Seattle was shut out through the first half, did absolutely nothing on offense. Minnesota, in my opinion, should have been up 4 scores. This should have either been 21-0 or 28-0. The fact that they were only up 13-0 was a win for Seattle because one of their first drives, or actually their second drive of the second half, was their best drive. They came down the third quarter, 9:58 left to go. Wilson hooks up with a tight end, Disley here, and with all that first half domination by the Vikings, it's only a 1-score game.
it's reality. Wilson now fires, and that will be pulled in by Will Disley.
DMX, baby.
For the touchdown.
So this next stretch of time right here is just going to dictate where this game goes. That was after, the running back got hurt for the Minnesota Vikings. So with Dalvin Cook getting hurt, it seemed to spark the Seahawks. That's what Al Michaels was talking about on the touchdown. And this next frames right here is just like everything went downhill. The Seahawks scored 21 points in less than 2 minutes.
17. That is a incomplete. It was tipped.
Fumble recovered by Seattle.
Fumble recovered by Seattle. That put them on the 15-yard line.
They have some real weapons.
2 plays later.
Second and 8. Wilson fires, and that is
DK Metcalf.
By Metcalf for the touchdown. Can only keep that guy down for so long.
2 plays later.
Here's Cook back in the game. Fake to him. Cousins throws, and that's going to be picked off.
One-handed
A.J.
interception.
Inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
The very next play.
Take over the 29-yard line. Carson with a first down and more all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. Chris Carson breaks away from Harrison Smith. 1 play, 29 yards, and Seattle extends its advantage.
So right there, as a Minnesota Viking fan, you got to be super pissed. You're in here against an undefeated team on the road on Monday Night Football. You're up 13-0 in total domination. Midway through the third quarter, a bad 2-minute stretch of a fumble, an interception, and a given up drive on defense, and you're down 8 points. But credit to Minnesota. They come down, get a touchdown, miss the 2-point conversion, dictate the fourth quarter. We fast forward now to the fourth quarter, 7 minutes left to go. They go in to take the lead back.
Second down and goal. Fake toss. Cousins to the end zone. Caught. Thielen takes it in for the touchdown.
Now this is 4th and inches right here. All they got to do without cooking the game is get inches, and this puts the game away. Seattle has 1 timeout left. It's at the 2-minute warning. They get the first down. They can kneel on it. Game over. They're up by 5 at this point, but they couldn't get it.
Seattle's got to go 95 yards. Meanwhile, did they stop him? It's going to be that close. And the line judge comes in and says they did stop him.
So they stopped him, and then here's Russell Wilson. I'm going to show you the plays left in the game. He earns his 30th comeback ever since his rookie year, most since 2012. That's amazing. Fourth quarter and overtime comebacks.
Travis Homer in the backfield. Here's Wilson escaping, and Wilson with a big gain up the middle. Harrison Smith up on the line. He backs up right now. Wilson looking to escape, throws on the run, and that pass is near nobody.
So at this point, I'm pretty freaked out. It's 4th down and 10. I'm like, crap, we're going to lose to the Vikings. Go for the sure thing. Try to get a first down. The Vikings come up right here. The safety plays, Harrison Smith plays two up close, thinking they're just going to go for the first down. Instead, Metcalf goes deep, and, well, Wilson pulls a Wilson.
And it's man coverage.
Here they come again. Wilson hanging in the pocket. Wilson going deep downfield, and it's going to be caught by Metcalf. Beats Dancer on the play.
This is just Wilson being Wilson. Rolling out.
Wilson this time. Time again, look out as he spins away, keeps his eyes downfield. That's going to be caught. 4-man front. They rush 4, 7 back. That pass is caught, and taking it to the 6-yard line is DK Metcalf.
Now, I thought in this play right here, Seattle was going to lose the game. There's 28 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. DK drops the ball in the end zone that would have gave him the lead, but he'll get redemption, but this play was super close.
2nd and goal. Come again. The pass is going to be dropped. No. They started to signal touchdown, then the other official comes in and says no. DK Metcalf almost came down with it, feet down, and Mike Hughes was there. Pressure again. That pass is lofted into no man's land.
Here it is, 4th down right here. Vikings come with a blitz. Heavy ball at this point. Rain coming down hard. He takes a 7-step drop and throws a bullet to Metcalf for the victory.
Wilson surveys, fires, and it is going to be caught by DK Metcalf for a touchdown. That is an unbelievable drive. 2-point attempt. The back is Carson. Wilson will throw, and it will drop at the goal line.
So they don't get it right here. Vikings with the ball. They get 10 yards. They need 35 more for a field goal. Or 25, something like that. But here's a fumble that was really an incompletion to end the game.
As he threw it, and was he? That could be another empty-handed.
The time ran out.
What are they going to call this one?
I believe this is an incomplete pass.
Yeah, in contrast to what we saw earlier when he.
But here's what the ref says.
And it's correct.
After review, the ruling of fumble stands. Therefore, the game is over.
Seattle wins 27-26, just like that. Another weird, tight home victory for the Seahawks in prime time. They had the game of the week on Sunday when they beat Dallas, and then they had the Monday night squeaker stopping Newton at the 1-yard line. Now you have this one, 27-26. Kirk Cousins, 27 of 39, 249 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Alexander Mattison came off the bench, rushed for 20 carries, 112 yards. Dalvin Cook, 17 for 65 before he pulled his groin. Adam Thielen had 9 receptions for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. Russell Wilson, 20 of 32, completing that comeback, 217 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Now, he did get sacked 4 times in this game, and he did have a crappy first half with only 77 yards passing. But the time of possession in this game was double to 2-1 in first half and 2-1 in the second half. So at the end of the day, the Vikings had it for almost 40 minutes, while Seattle just had it over 20. So Seattle had to make the most of the time that they had, and they did. Vikings didn't. Russell Wilson led the Seahawks with rushing 5 for 58. Chris Carson only had 8 carries for 52 yards, and not because of anything else like that. It's just they couldn't get nothing going on offense. He had a touchdown. That run we showed, DK Metcalf, 6 for 93 and 2 touchdowns. Lockett for the second week in a row, pretty quiet. So going into the bye, my Seattle Seahawks are now 5-0, and the Vikings fall a big one, 1-4, because that kind of shoots them in the foot. But good news for them, there's still plenty of time to make a rebound. Let's go to the next game, which was the real Monday night game. That was a Sunday. Yes, that was the Sunday night football. That was a Sunday night football game. This is a Monday night game. Chargers and Saints here. I do have some video highlights of this one, so we'll get to this one real quick. I don't on the last one. So let's get to that one. Chargers and Saints.
Here's Jackson. Finally some running room right up the middle. And trying to run away from people.
That's their third string running back, Jackson. He had a huge carry in this one. He gets Justin Jackson. He had a really nice run of 36 yards, gets into Saints territory, and the Chargers draw first blood.
Down at the 20-yard line after ripping off 36. 3rd down and 7. Snap bit to his right. Herbert is being chased, throwing on the run, and it is caught. Touchdown, Keenan Allen. What a grab as Herbert extends and Allen goes. 22.
Now they missed the extra point. They would get another touchdown. It's 13-3 at this point. Second quarter, 6:04 to go. Saints with the football.
3 steps and throws it. It's intercepted. It is picked off. Nasir Adderley down to the 15, the 10, and will just come up short. Tried to reach across for the touchdown, and they've marked him short. Out of Louisville in 2016. 2nd and goal. Here's Kelly. Turning the corner. And slammed down inside the 3-yard line. DeMario Davis the stop. 3rd and goal. That's Guyton in motion. 3rd and goal from the 3. Herbert to throw for. Lost one back in the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Hunter Henry. And the Chargers score again.
Now here's the thing and I'm gonna break this down real quick. The Chargers have had some tough opponents this year. You know, the Chiefs, and you've had all these other teams you played, and you've represented yourself really good, especially with Justin Herbert at quarterback. Tyrod Taylor's got the only win, but he didn't take on the competition that poor Herbert's taken on. Now, the Chargers are up 20-3 at that point. You should – I'm not even going to say you should. Most teams can continue to pile it on or at least hold a lead, but the Chargers are not there yet. And they're a young team just like their quarterback. And he went stymied for a little while, and that hurt the overall cause in this game. It allowed Drew Brees, a crafty veteran, and a Saints team that's well coached to come all the way back. And they did. It was 20-13 at this point. Saints with the ball, 11:31 left to go. 3rd and 14. Take it away, Brees.
Chargers rush 3. Brees can step up and throw and complete. There's Jared Cook. First touch of the night is a touchdown, New Orleans. 41 yards for the score, and an extra point away from tying the game. Have to make that.
So now we're tied at 20, right? And you think the Chargers are just going to fold up tent, right? Well, 11:09 left to go. The momentum's clearly in the Saints' favor. Chargers haven't done nothing since the second quarter. What does a rookie have in store for the Saints?
Play. 2nd and 10. Saints drop back, just rushing 3. Herbert got a man down the sideline. All alone is Mike Williams. And he will prance into the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown. 64 yards. Herbert found Williams for the score. 6-yard attempt.
Now the Saints in overtime, they tied the score 27-27. You go to overtime, and then this kick.
On the way.
Got it.
Nailed it. Saints.
But with the new rules, the Chargers get the ball back, and as they went for it on 4th down and 10, they came up just a yard short, and it's another learning experience for Herbert. Now look, you lose on the road to New Orleans Saints, future Hall of Famer, 30-27. It's not as bad as you think. Everyone knew it was going to be a rebuilding season. That's great. But here's the thing you could take out of this. Again, you were in another tight game. You could have beat Mahomes. You could have beat Drew Brees. You're playing at a high level right now, and you're going to take your lumps. You're going to, Peyton Manning threw like 30 picks in his first year. It just happens. I think Herbert's going to be a really, really good quarterback. And I think the Chargers made the right move in naming him the starter, keeping him the starter. The team's just flowing a little bit better, but they're going to take their lumps on defense. They're going to take their lumps on offense. The thing is, they got through a tough part of their schedule. Yes, they're 1-4, but they're learning. The Chargers have a favorable schedule coming up. They play the Jets next, the Jaguars. They have like 3 or 4 that they could rattle off. and maybe just get back into it or look respectable. At this time right now, they are 1-4. The Saints improved to 3-2. They absolutely had to have this game. They won the game in Detroit last week in a game that was kind of close, and now they get the victory here. So now we move on to our final game. I don't have any highlights for this one. Or no, I don't. We're not going to move on. We're going to say the stats. I'm sorry. Justin Herbert, 20 for 34, 264, 4 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, that's wonderful for a rookie. Justin Jackson rushed the ball 15 times for 71 yards. Joshua Kelly, 11 for 29. No Eckler again. Mike Williams, 5 for 109 and 2 touchdowns. He had a big game. Jalen Guyton, 1 for 49. Keenan Allen only had those 2 for 29. He started cramping up and was out of the game. For the Saints, Drew Brees, 33 of 47, 325, a touchdown and a pick. You forced Drew Brees to play his absolute best. That's pretty good. Alvin Kamara, 11 for 45 on the ground. Emmanuel Sanders had 12 catches, 122 yards. This guy, when I sit him in fantasy, he goes off. When I expect him to do good, he sucks. That's just the way it goes. Alvin Kamara, 8 catches for 74. So what he didn't do in rushing, he made up for it in receiving. Jared Cook had the 2 for 52 and a touchdown. So again, Saints go to 3-2. Chargers go to 1-4. Final game on the docket would be the Bills at Titans for a surprising Tuesday night game. Thank you, COVID. They give us these little things right here. The Titans were really hamstrung. They had a lot of players not playing, and the depth was really challenged. A lot of my friends were picking the Buffalo Bills to win this game, but I stuck with the Tennessee Titans on this one. Titans win at home and improve to now 4-0, and the Bills fall to 4-1, the first loss of the year. Josh Allen, 26 of 41, 263 in the air, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. He was sacked once, but in this game, there were so many unforced offensive penalties that hurt Bills' drives. It was crazy. TJ Yeldon sighting, 7 carries, 52 yards. I thought that dude was done. He actually had a touchdown reception in his game, too. Devon Singletary, 11 for 25. That's kind of disappointing. Stephon Diggs led the way, 10 catches, 106 yards. Gabriel Davis, 5 for 58. Cole Beasley, 6 for 53. TJ Yeldon, the 1 catch for 22 yards and the only receiving touchdown in this game. And then for the Tennessee Titans, Ryan Tannehill just continues to shine and continues to, do the things needed to do to win games. He's found the perfect fit. He sucked in Miami. He was really good here in Tennessee. 21 of 28, 195, 3 touchdowns, no picks, not sacked. Derrick Henry had a Derrick Henry non-like game, 19 carries, 57 yards. Ryan Tannehill almost outrushed him, 4 for 42 and a touchdown, but Derrick Henry did get in the end zone twice. A.J. Brown, 7 catches for 82 yards. Very impressive win. What am I trying to say? Very impressive win at home for the Tennessee Titans.
Someone in your family, a Navy Federal Credit Union member, then you can join too, and we'll always be here for you.
No.
Great loan and savings rates, anytime banking and personal service,
Sorry about
free
that.
checking options.
Well, now you get some Navy Federal Credit Union advertisement, though. Just in case you were wanting that, you have that now. So let's get to some of the. I want to get to some of the predictions for the week. Like I said, I won the week at 12-2. He went 8-6. Matt being he sent me in his picks for this week, so I have all that set up here. So as we move on, let's get to the games real quick because we're getting long in the tooth on here. Here's the Week 6 predictions. In the first game that was rescheduled to Sunday, it was actually supposed to be a Thursday night game, rescheduled to Sunday, or it was the Kansas City Chiefs will be taking on the Buffalo Bills. I thought about this one, and he's going with the Chiefs on this game. And it's actually a Monday night game. I'm sorry. It's a Monday night game for October 19th. I'm sorry. So you get an extra day. He's going with the Chiefs. I'm going to go with the Bills. I think the Bills are going to serve home. I think they're going to ball control in this one. He's going for Mahomes to go crazy, not to lose 2 in a row. I think they do lose 2 in a row in this game. Give me Buffalo to go 5-1 in this game. The next one, we are going to Tennessee. Houston and Tennessee. He went with the Titans, and I'm not going to go against him. I think the Titans are going to continue to roll. They're going to stay undefeated. They're going to go 5-0. New coach, but same problems. They were able to get over that and get their first win by beating the they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. But I don't see there's something wrong with them without Hopkins there. The running game's not that great. The defense is very average. I just don't like them in this matchup. It's a division game. They will keep it close, but I think Tennessee runs away with it at the end. Our next game will be the Baltimore Ravens and Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm not going to go against Lamar Jackson right now, and especially against the inconsistent Philadelphia Eagles team. I think Philadelphia will score some points, unlike the Bengals, what they did on the Ravens last week, but give me the Eagles to win this game, or the Eagles to lose this game. I'm with Matt on this one. He thinks Lamar Jackson in that run game is just going to wear them out. The defense is going to slow down Carson Wentz in that receiving game. And, it's just going to be an easy road victory. So I'm looking for the Ravens as well in this game. So we're alike on most of these picks so far to start. And then the next game will be Atlanta and Minnesota. And, again, we're going to be on the same page on this one. I like the Falcons to go 0-6. Now, granted, Minnesota's 1-4, but they're a good 1-4. They have weapons on offense, and their defense is poor, but it's not as poor as the Falcons. And if the Vikings do what they did to us, I don't see how they cannot destroy the Falcons in this football game, especially playing at home. I don't know if they're going to have fans this week. I'm not sure. But if they do, that's just going to be added advantage for the Vikings. So give me the Vikings in a rout in this one. He's going with the same, being Matt. And then this one, we're going to be on the same page. He's been a Browns supporter for the last 2 years. He's had, being Matt, my co-host, he's had high expectations for them. And with Mayfield coming around, and he looks more dominant this year. The run game's good. The defense has gotten a little bit better. The passing game's better. But Pittsburgh, these two teams, again, throw the records out, that old cliche, and Pittsburgh does all the right things. Tomlin's a no-nonsense guy. Roethlisberger, the same thing. They do the grinding out running game. Pittsburgh games are usually fast because they want a ball control, but now Cleveland's ball controlling. And I think this is a different Browns team. Usually I would just side with the Steelers, but I'm going to be with Matt on this one. I'm going to pick the Browns as well to pull the victory and to also move into a first-place tie with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that will move us on to the next game, and this will be the Colts and Bengals. And it's easy to see that we're both going to take the Colts in this one too. Look, at some point, Burrow's going to get him a couple wins, but it won't be this week. I think the Colts need this win more than anything to go to 4-2 to keep pace with the Titans, or try to. It's a big win. Yes, it's on the road, but the Colts defense is going to give Burrow some problems. The only way the Colts lose this game is Phillip Rivers. And usually if he has one really bad game, which he did against the Cleveland Browns, he'll rebound with a good game. He won't fumble. He'll throw a few touchdowns, and let's see what happens. So I'm thinking that's going to be the way this one goes as well. Bengals defense isn't all that great or to write home to mom about. So, we're both going to go with the Colts and the safe pick on that one. The next game will be the Detroit Lions at Jacksonville Jaguars, and he's going to go with the Lions. I'm actually going to do an about face. Give me the Detroit Lions to lose. I'm going to go with the Jaguars at home. I think they end the 4-game losing streak. I think they pick up their second win. I think, there's a lot of fans in these NFC North trash talk things. I just like going in there because those NFC North fans are very passionate about their football teams. It's the black and blue division, and Detroit has always tried to find their place in that division talk and try every year. In preseason, it's hilarious how many Detroit Lions fans you see on these pages that are just, repping their squad and talking them up like they're going to do something, and then they fall flat as a pancake like they always do. And then when Adrian Peterson is your featured back instead of Kerryon Johnson or the Smith guy, which was supposed to be the slight guy or whatever his name is, supposed to be the dude, it's like that's a bad sign. So give me the Jacksonville Jaguars to rebound in this one, win at home. He's going to go with the Lions, so that's where we're going to defer on that game. And then let's see, we have Chicago at Carolina. He actually likes he put the Bears to get the victory over the Carolina Panthers. I agree. I think Nick Foles is going to keep it going. I know Carolina's won 3 in a row. I know that that Bridgewater's been playing good, but I'm going to go with Carolina in this one. I think Carolina, I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what? No, I'm going to change my pick. I'm going to go with Carolina in my notes. I'm going to go with Carolina to get the upset at home to win their 4th straight. I think Chicago got a couple good breaks. I know that they're going to try to throw at the Carolina secondary, but the run game's not that good, and I think Carolina is just going to make the right plays to win this game. Call me crazy, but that's my upset special. I'm going with Carolina over Chicago. in that one. He's going with Chicago over Carolina. And then you got the dog game of the day. This game is as ugly as possible. I think it should be which team is going to score 20 in this game. This is an ugly football game, and I'm looking. Oh, he's going to go with the Redskins. I'm going to flip on him. I'm going to go with the Giants. This is a toss-up one right here. Give me the Giants and what's his name, Daniel Jones, to get a victory over either Alex Smith or Campbell. I think if Campbell's sane enough, he'll be the quarterback in this game. It just depends if he gets past the concussion protocol. Next game will be the Jets and Chargers. And I don't know how to say this, but the Chargers will get their second victory. There's no way the Jets are going to pull up this victory. And he's got the same thing. He's going with the Chargers in this one. It should be an easy victory. Actually, I don't even think they're playing this week. Did I put the wrong game in there? I believe I did. Yes, they play, I think, next week. They have a bye. So excuse that one. Mistake by me. Dolphins, Broncos. He's going to go with the Dolphins. Give me the Broncos at home. I know Fitzpatrick's been playing a little bit better, but I like Rippon, and I like Denver getting a little bit more healthy. I don't think they're going to pull off 2 road wins in a row, but he's going with the Dolphins. I'm going with the Broncos. And then, let's see, Green Bay and Tampa Bay on Monday night. He's going to take the Packers. I'm going to take the Packers as well. I don't see the Buccaneers winning this game. I don't like Tom Brady trying to have a shootout with Aaron Rodgers, because that's what's going to happen. Packers have a lot of weapons. They are probably the scariest team in the NFL right now. And as a Seahawks fan, I want them to get knocked off, but I don't think it's going to happen this week either. So that is my prediction for this one. And then that was a Sunday night game. I'm sorry. And then the Monday night game is the Rams versus the 49ers. I'm going to go on a limb here. He's going to take the Rams. I don't believe in the Rams. Again, they've only beaten the East. I think the Niners, as banged up as they are, will expose the Rams. And I think the Niners will have a better game plan knowing the Rams. And give me the Niners to go even 3-3. But this one might be an ugly game. They're going to expose Goff in this game. Trust me, Goff is a terrible quarterback. If you get to him at all, he's a terrible quarterback. So my only concern is if they can. Well, again, I'm a week ahead. That was the Sunday night game. Sorry, the Packer game is the game of the week. Get your crap together, Todd. Sunday night game is the Rams and 49ers, and then the Monday night game is Cowboys at Cardinals. He's going with the Cardinals, shockingly, and I'm not going to disagree. I'm going to go with the Cardinals as well on Monday night because no Dak Prescott. He has no faith in his redhead. I don't either. Give me the Cardinals to go 4-2, which, if I had my way, the Cowboys would win because I want the Cardinals to lose, but I don't think the Cardinals are going to lose this football game. So let's go over the picks real quick on the picks. We'll go over it here as I pull it up here for a second. So there's a lot of good games this week up and coming. I hope you guys enjoy the NFL games. Yes, as I screwed up on a couple at the end, is what happens when you're rushed into it. So Texans and Titans, we'll go over that one real quick. We both went with Tennessee. We both went with Baltimore to beat the Eagles. We both went with the Vikings to beat the Falcons. We both went with the Browns to upset the Steelers. We both went with the Colts to beat the Bengals. We deferred on this one. Matt chose the Lions. I chose the Jaguars. We deferred on this one. He chose the Bears, and I chose the Panthers in my upset special. We deferred on this one, too. He picked Washington. I picked New York Giants. We deferred on this one, too. I picked the Broncos. He picked the Patriots. And then it's actually Jets versus Dolphins this week, which I was way off on that one. It's not I'm way off on that one. So let's just correct that. Broncos over the Patriots. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so sorry. I'm not going to re-record because it's late. Broncos over the Patriots is what I got. He's got Patriots over Broncos. And then we both got the Dolphins over the Jets because, I'm not picking the Jets. And then we both got the Packers over the Buccaneers. He's got the Rams. I've got the 49ers. And then it's Chiefs versus Bills. He's going with Kansas City. I'm going with Buffalo. And then Cardinals, Cowboys, we both got the Cards. So that is our show for this week. And hope you enjoyed. Hope I didn't confuse you too much as the notes got a little shady at the end. So with that being said, please like and subscribe. If you hung on this long, I love you very much to the day I die. Go Seahawks. Enjoy the video. Enjoy the NFL. And we'll be back next week.